Okay, let's get this baby adjusted. Do, do, do. Tighten it down a little. Are you gonna stay where I want you to today? Hmm? Okay, hello. Good afternoon. Greetings, friends. Um, just getting the stream started here. So if you're here with me already, hi. If you're watching this after the fact, maybe go ahead and skip ahead about 10 minutes in. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll come back and do another intro whenever we're a little bit closer to the time. I'm just going to be kind of moseying about my space. Okay, awesome. Hi, how's it going? We're getting started in a few minutes. If we don't know each other, my name's Anna MC. I'm here to guide you through a flow today. We're going to focus on a little bit of kind of gooey heart opening. If you want some tunes for practice, I did make a playlist for today. You can find that in my Instagram story. So yeah, you can head to at the.anna.mc on IG. Go to my story. There's a link to Spotify. Go ahead and get that queued up on whatever device. Probably has to be separate from what you're watching on, but I don't know technology. So if you want some tunes, go ahead and get that queued up. We're starting in a few minutes. Also, did not put you in do not disturb. Is it possible to do that now? Yes. Okay. Get the balance back. Dirty mat. Always a dirty mat. All right. Hi, for those of you just joining, we're getting started in a couple minutes. For unacquainted, nice to meet you. My name's Anna MC, guiding you through a flow today with a focus on heart openers. If you want some tunes for practice, head to my Instagram story at the.anna.mc. Posted a Spotify playlist I made just for you. So you can head there, queue it up on your Spotify. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the YouTube chat if you're watching this on YouTube. Yeah, getting started in a couple minutes. We're going to start in a child's pose. If you're able to, friends, please consider donating to our Teacher Support Fund. You can find that link at blackswanyoga.com/live. There's this handy little button that says make a donation to our teachers. It's really going a long way to help us folks out who are unable to be in studio with you beautiful people. So yeah, if you're able, please consider. If not, no big deal. I'm glad you're here in any case. Moving and grooving together. I don't really have anything else for you. That's all I really got today. We're gonna move. We're coming into a full moon. Ooh, spooky. So yeah, full moon, right? It's a time of illumination. It's a time of release. So today, I want to focus on heart openers, just as a way to kind of come into this full moon from a place of openness and receptiveness, right? Working on kind of cracking open the coconut today, opening up the heart, seeing what's in there, illuminating the things that we've been kind of avoiding maybe. So that's where I'm coming from today with this practice for you. If you want to kind of come into this with that in mind, cool. Maybe take a moment now to sit with that, or not, totally up to you. We're going to start in just a second. Let's see. Oh, there's a handful of you on. Hi. Cool. it is about that time. If you're just joining and you want some music for class, go to my Instagram real quick. In my story, I posted a playlist for you, doing some heart opening stuff today. And that's all I really got. We're gonna get a little bit ooey and gooey, a little bit flowy and movie, a little bit vibey. And yeah. I've been at home too long. Let's find a child's pose. If child's pose is not comfortable for your body to rest in for a couple minutes, I would recommend Supta Baddha Konasana today, which is on the back, soles of the feet together, knees wide, or simply a tall, comfortable seat to begin practice. So start to settle in. If you're coming into that child's pose, big toes touch, I'm going to take a wide child's pose today so that I can kind of nestle my heart space between my legs. But do what feels best for your body. Wiggle around, take a moment, get cozy. Find a comfortable extension of your arms. And today you may even take prayer hands to the nape of your neck, knowing that we're focusing on that heart opening. So starting to work a little bit into the shoulders. Also a gesture of gratitude, humility, right? So take a moment to find stillness here. Just allow yourself to be. No more fidgeting. And let's begin practice today by arriving into this stillness with a collective cleansing breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Big open mouth, exhale to release. Good. Now from here, maintain a focus on your breath. Begin to notice the sensations as it enters and leaves your body. Notice the spaces that it fills. And you feel your breath manifesting in that physical expansion of your rib cage, your belly. What could you soften here? What could you let go of? Take a little scan. Check in for any tension. Make a conscious effort to release. Start small with the space between your eyebrows. Unclench your jaw. Relax your neck, shoulders, and thighs. I want your next inhale to be the biggest one you've taken today. Take your time to fill up. Big open mouth release. 2 more like that. Deep inhale. Big sigh out. Last one, biggest one, fill the belly, the ribs, the chest, and then let it all go. Keep exhaling until you're completely empty. Use the muscles in your low belly to press out all of your air. And seal your lips. Begin to inhale and exhale through your nostrils. Tapping into the smooth, steady, and audible Ujjayi breath. Now before we get going, yogis, maybe you take this moment here in this stillness just for yourself to set an intention for your practice. Maybe that has something to do with this full moon or heart opening. Asking yourself what it is you need to release or illuminate, or perhaps even be more open to. Is there anything you've been sort of hiding from yourself that you're ready to start acknowledging? deep breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. Go ahead and just extend your arms all the way to the top of your mat. Into spread wide through your fingers. Press through the heels of your hands so your elbows start to lift off the mat. And then just roll your triceps down toward the floor. Just plugging the shoulders into their sockets and activating our child's pose a bit. Feeling that stretch along the back side of the shoulders. That space between the shoulder blades. Okay. And from here, just tent up to the tips of your fingers, like you're making little cages. Like you have cupcakes under your hands and you don't want to crush them. Notice what that feels like. Good. And flatten the hands back out. Look between your hands and then pull yourself forward to a tabletop. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to give you just a couple breaths to kind of find a little bit of natural movement since I did have you in that child's pose for a few minutes. So get the blood flowing, get the wiggles out, do what you need to do. Begin to drop in and assess kind of where you're at today, what it is you need. Good. And then make your way to neutral. Wrists under shoulders, spread wide through the fingers, knees under hips, toes untucked. Go ahead and just draw that navel up and in slightly to create a flat and stable spine. And we're going to soften through the elbows. The inhale will drop the navel, lift the tailbone and the gaze. Pause in your cow pose. You just slide the shoulders down the back and open through the throat. Take a big inhale here. On the exhale, slowly lead with the pelvis. Draw the navel in, round up the spine, chin tucks, cat pose, hold here. Press the ground away, feel the space between the shoulders, opening up that back body heart space. Inhale, belly drops, gaze and tailbone lift up. Exhale, press, curl, round. Do it a few more times on your breath. Begin to explore the length and sound of your breath. One more time. Good. Now let's make some circles here. Still inviting that sort of cat-cow action in. We're going to start to tilt the tailbone and the neck over to the left. And then we take it up, around to the right. And then we hollow out as we come through center. Think cat. And then think cow as you circle up. Inhale, circling around. Exhaling, rounding. One more time this direction. Inhale, everything comes up and around. Exhale, hollow as you come through center. And then switch sides. Tailbone and head go toward the right. Up to the left. And around we hollow. Inhale, circling. Good. And let that go. Let's take one more cat-cow. Inhale, drop it. Exhale, round it. Inhale to a neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes. And then exhale your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Oh yeah, yogis. Take a couple beats in this first down dog. Just checking in. Maybe you pedal out. Maybe you bend the knees, let your hips windshield wiper. Perhaps you even take a little twist here. Any little movements you need to check in with your body and where it's at right now. And as you do that, just make sure you've got a strong foundation. Hands shoulder distance, spreading the fingers, pressing through the fingertips, triceps wrapping inward, shoulders going down the back, feet about inner hip distance apart, navel drawing upward to lift the tailbone, but heels reaching downward. Find stillness here. On an inhale, we're going to come up to your tiptoes. Just lift those heels high off the mat. And then thinking of leading with the pelvis, we start to roll forward to a plank. So the heels are up. We roll forward like our spine is a rope The head is the last thing to arrive as it looks forward. And then from here, bend your knees, press your rib cage closer towards your thighs. So we're in this really bent leg down dog sort of shape, pressing the ribs and heart closer toward our thighs. And then straighten your legs out for a down dog. We're going to do that again. Think about the spine here, right? So we're just lengthening it out like a rope whipping as we roll forward. Inhale, heels up, hips high, chin is still to chest, and then it looks forward. Exhale, bend your knees, press your heart to your thighs, and straighten out, down dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, heels up, rolling forward. Exhale, bend and press back. I lied once more because it just feels nice. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, press it back. Good, and then down dog. Now from your down dog, today, let's walk the hands back to meet the feet. So I'm just gonna bend the knees and slowly start to walk myself back to a ragdoll pose at the back of my mat. Knees bent a lot. I want everyone to grab for elbows today. Let your head hang. Let the weight of your arms draw you closer to the earth. And then just find some play. Maybe you sway. Maybe you shake the head yes or no. Perhaps you flutter the lips out for a sense of release. Or a deep sigh. You can always play with pedaling out the legs here as well. Inviting a little twist in. Just really start to make this practice your own, right? I hope that as you've all been practicing at home more often, you start to get more comfortable with sort of making the practice yours, right? Because it is. You don't show up on your mat for anyone else, you show up for you. So it's okay to kind of change things, right? To take what you need as you need it. I promise you, we don't take it personally, you know? Do what you need to do. Maybe that's just little weird movements, you know? Checking in with the body. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Come to stillness. Release your fingers down. Keep the knees bent. Slowly on an inhale, begin to roll to standing. Head's the last thing to arrive. Ooh, let's take a few big shoulder shrugs here today. Take your shoulders up to your ears, down your back, and then around. Make it super dramatic and juicy. Up, down, and back. Up, down, and back. God. Getting those crunchies out, and then change directions. And up, forward, down, and back. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Take one forward, one backward. Change directions. Good. Both shoulders up and down the back. Palms forward. Mountain pose. Soften just slightly through the knees. Draw the navel up and in. Shoulders pinch together. Palms and heart energetically press forward. Should be some effort here. On the inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, take your arms up overhead. If possible, touch your palms together. Draw your shoulders down your back. Pause here. Take an inhale. On the exhale, let's take an open twist to the right. So we're going to draw through center, taking the right arm back, the left arm forward, thumb faces up. If possible, draw that right hip forward to square. Good. Inhale, take it up through center. Exhale, other side, left arm back, right arm forward, thumb up, left hip drawing forward. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart, find a soft back bend. Shoulders pinching back, elbows drawing down, fingers spreading wide. Good, inhale, arms go up. Let's do that again on the breath. Exhale, twist to the right, right arm back. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale up, hold. Exhale, forward fold. Take it down, knees softly bend. Navel drawing upward here. Keep that gentle bend in your knees and inhale to a half lift. Navel draws in, shoulders slide down the back and pinch together. Fingertips root into the shins or the floor, either way. Try to lengthen through the crown of your head. Now from this half lift, look forward. Let's start to walk out to a high plank. So we're just going to take it out. Find wrists underneath shoulders. Press the ground away. Thighs firm, heels reaching back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Again. Last one. Inhale, a little shift forward. Come to your knees. Untuck your toes. Exhale to lower down to the mat. Elbows squeeze the ribs. Untuck your toes. Keep those elbows wrapping back. And inhale to a little baby cobra. Peel your heart up. Squeeze your elbows back. Firm up your thighs. Good. There's no weight in the hands here. And exhale to release down. Hold here. Let's take our hands just a little bit wider. So I'm going to take them to the edge of my mat here. Coming up to the tips of my fingers, right? Like those little cupcake cages. And then I'm going to inhale. Just press up a little bit. Elbows coming over the wrists and in line with the shoulders. Finding a slightly bigger back bend. Lifting a little bit more of my heart up off the mat. Using slightly more engagement here. And exhale to release down. Now we're going to take the hands even wider. So I'm going to take them up to the outside corners of my mat. Still on my fingertips. And then inhale to lift up. Just pressing slightly through the tips of the fingers. Firming up the thighs. Finding this back bend here. And exhale to release down. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. High plank on the inhale. You can come through your knees. Down dog on the exhale. Take a couple beats. Pedal it out. And I'm going to switch around so that I'm facing the correct direction for this first side. From downward facing dog. On an inhale, let's take that right leg up. And then let's open the hip. Yeah, stacking hips. Draw the right heel towards the left glute. Keep pressing through that right hand to maintain a square heart. And then maybe you invite some circles into the hip today. Checking in there. Change directions of those circles. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead and square the hip down. Flex through the heel, big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, shoulders over wrists. Pause here, look down and out, and just plant that right foot down. Knee over ankle, drop your left knee down, untuck your toes. On the inhale, take your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Now breathe here. Draw the ribs in, softly press the left hip forward, shoulders plugging down. Good. Now from here, inhale, let's find just a soft back bend. Lift the heart, reach your hands overhead and look up. Good, take a breath in. On the exhale, come back through center. We're going to start to sweep our arms behind us as we straighten that right leg out. So we're in a really active half split variation today, right? Arms coming back, palms facing down. I feel my triceps activating here whenever I turn the palms down. And our core is going to be working quite a bit here to maintain this in this sort of imbalanced shape. Holding as we breathe into this little half split. Good. Now we're going to make this kind of flowy. So on the inhale, we're going to begin to bend back into that knee. Reach the arms forward and then upward into that soft back bend. Hold for a breath in. Exhale, begin to straighten your legs. Sweep your arms back, palms face down. Let's do that on the breath. Inhale, bend and back bend. Exhale, straighten and wing. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Again. Last one. Good. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, plant your hands to frame your right foot. Then on an inhale, start to reach that right arm forward and then up into a twist, pausing here. Draw the right shoulder into its socket, roll the left rib cage open, and then finish that circle out. Reach behind you, draw your left heel towards your butt cheek, and grip for, if possible, the pinky toe edge of that foot, giving a gentle pull of your left foot towards your butt. So by grabbing the pinky toe edge, we're allowing that right shoulder to keep rolling open here. For a little added resistance, kick your foot back into your hand, strengthening as you stretch. Good. Then on the exhale, release that. Circle your hand back to plant. Plant your right hand inside your right foot. And wiggle that right foot a little bit wider for a lizard lunge. So we already have our back knee down. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Breathing into the low belly. Try to keep the knee over the ankle, the big toe forward. And stay grounded through the ball mound of the foot. You can hold right here on your hands. Or if you want to deepen, you can always walk down to your forearms. Focusing breath still to the low belly. Close your eyes. Unclench your jaw. And just notice what comes up here. Is there anything you could let go of here? Stay where you are for a full breath cycle. Good. If you're on your forearms, come up to your hands. Everybody tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Find a little bit of a bounce in that left knee. So we're going to press off the ball of the left foot to step through to our yogi squat. Heels in, toes out, hands at the heart. Now it's super easy to just kind of chill in this yogi squat. I really enjoy hanging out here, but I want you to find a little bit of activation. So we're pressing elbows and thighs into each other. Our hands are at heart center, the thumbs at the sternum. We're lengthening from our tailbone through the crown of our head, lifting slightly with the glutes, shoulders sliding down the back. Now if this pose doesn't come really organically for your body, and it's something that you want to work on, a good place to start is to slide some books or blocks under your butt and just kind of hang out here in a supported yogi squat. For now, just find a little bit of play. Maybe you rock it side to side, maybe you simply hold here, maybe you take a little twist. And begin to come back to center. Find that little lift of the butt, because that lift of the butt is going to stand us all the way up. Arms reaching overhead, turn your toes to point forward, and then take your hands to heart center. From here, we're just going to step our left foot to the back of the mat and seal the heel down for a warrior two. So I'm bending into my right knee over the ankle, big toe forward, actively drawing that knee open, pressing through that left pinky toe edge here, making sure I'm not sassing my left hip back, right? Draw it in, knit the ribs and hips closed, to find some engagement through center. Energize finger to finger. Commit to the bend in that front knee, and look over your front middle finger. Rip the floor apart with your feet. Good. The next inhale, let's flip that right palm, straighten your right leg, and reach your right arm up overhead for a peaceful triangle. Finding height through the right rib cage. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Hold for a breath in. On the exhale, bend back into your right knee, warrior two. And then we're just going to take that right arm down for a side angle. Left arm up, draw the shoulder down, roll the right rib cage open. And we're going to find just a little bit of flow here. So from this little side angle, inhale, straighten your leg, come up in reverse, peaceful. Exhale, bend the knee, reach the left arm overhead this time. Inhale, straighten, come up. Exhale, reach forward, left arm comes over. Just drop into this. Like a little tree blowing in the breeze. I think I got this from JJ, whom I love. It just feels good. One more. And find that side angle pose, pause here. Let's draw the left shoulder down, spiral the right rib cage open. Make sure you're not dumping into that right shoulder, press away. Now take a few corkscrews with that left shoulder. Exploring the range of motion, spiraling the shoulder. Socket feels okay. Flip that palm. Let's take a half bind. Take the back of your left hand around for the back of your right hip. Maybe it grabs the top of that right thigh. Keep holding here. Look over that left shoulder to encourage its opening. Maybe you take a full bind if you're feeling that today. Again, make the practice your own. Beautiful. Now from this half bind, we're going to look down. We're going to start to draw our weight into that right foot, reaching the right hand forward for a half moon. Option to maintain that half bind. If you fall, warrior two is there to catch you. So maybe you just try it out again. Surfing the weight forward, reaching the right hand down, flexing the left heel. Try to draw your weight up and away from the floor. Hip on hip, shoulder on shoulder. We're doing half moon on the full moon. Good, take your time. Let's meet back in a warrior two. Release that bind. Good. Inhale to a flying warrior. Turn all 10 toes forward. Arms come up to make a big X shape. Draw the navel in. Slide the shoulders down the back. Spread through your fingers. Inhale. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. I want you to take up as much space as you can. It's a big F you, I'm here, come at me. Take a big expansive inhale. On the exhale, goddess squat. Turn your knees and toes out. Sink your hips low. Let's take an eagle wrap here today. Right arm underneath. Intertwine. Thumbs turn toward the nose. If that's not happening, just bear hug your shoulders with your right elbow underneath. And then from here, get a little weird. Get a little wiggly. Some people like to make circles. I like to just wiggle. As you do this, make sure your knees are actively opening back. Knee over ankle, knee and big toe pointing the same direction. Ah, yeah, getting wiggly today. Beautiful. Just a little bit of play. Nice, y'all. And then from here, on an inhale, let's come back to that flying warrior. Unwind, arms up, toes in, heels slightly out. Then go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back, forming one big fist. Now, check out your feet. Make sure they're nice and solid. You've got some space between them. We're going to roll the shoulders back, squeeze the palms together. Take an inhale. Then on the exhale, begin to fold forward, drawing interlaced fingers overhead. If this is too much, grab for opposite elbows behind your back, or say, F it, and take your variation here. What's it like if you shift your weight a little more to your toes? And on the exhale, release your bind, fingers down. I'm going to give you a few breaths in your wide-legged fold to go where you need to. Maybe today you take a forearm stand here or a headstand. Maybe you simply play. You can take a twist, You can take both hands to one foot and the other. You can walk your feet back between your hands. Good, yogis. Take your time, especially if you're in a balancing shape, like an arm balance or a headstand. Take your time. Slowly start to make your way back to neutral fold. And then inhale to a half lift spine, hands under the shoulders, long flat back, strong core, shoulders sliding down the back. From here, look to your left. Start to turn your left toes out, bend into your left knee, straighten your right leg out, toes flex up for Skandasana. So your hands are on the floor right now, right? Good place to be. Start by taking one hand to your heart, allowing yourself to find balance, and then take the other hand up, making your core work a little bit harder again. Shoulders are still down the back. Your left heel may or may not be on the ground right now. We're all just built a little bit differently. What I really care about is that your knee and toe are pointing the same direction. Same thing with your right foot. Ideally pointing up, but if you need to ground it, that's cool. Just make sure everything is rotating. Now from here, you can hold right here. Maybe you challenge your balance and close your eyes. Maybe you take a little twist. You hook your left elbow inside your left leg and inhale that right arm up, drawing the shoulder down. Maybe that turns into a bind today. You flip that, take it behind your back, half bind. If that feels okay, maybe you take a full bind, rotating that left arm, and then grabbing for those right fingertips. Good. If you have that bind, slowly release it. And from here, we're going to take both hands down, starting to shift over toward the right side, and just pivot into a low lunge. From your low lunge, step back to a high plank. Stay for a breath in and out. And we're going to take a flow here. If you want to do chaturanga and up dog, go for it. I'm going to come forward to my knees and lower down to the mat. Inhaling for a baby cobra. And then exhale to downward facing dog. So we're going to do all of this on our left side, and then we'll start a nice juicy cool down today. Okay, how are we doing? How are we looking? Beautiful. So find your down dog. Clear her out. Big breath in. Release it however you need to. Next inhale takes the left leg up. Open up the hip, drawing the left heel toward the right glute. Press through your left hand to maintain a square heart. And then invite some circles into that hip. Notice if it's different than the right. Change directions. Good. And then from that open hip, square it, flex the heel, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward. And then plant your foot between your hands. Drop your right knee down. Untuck your toes with the left knee over the ankle. Inhale, take your arms up. Anjaneyasana. We're breathing here. Drawing the ribs and hips in. Pressing that right hip slightly forward. Shoulders plugging down. Good. Inhale, find that little back bend. Just lift your heart and gaze, reaching your hands back. Only go as far as feels good. My back bends aren't very big. Inhale. And come through center. Begin to straighten your left leg out as you sweep your arms back. Palms face the floor here. Hold for a couple breaths this first round. Toes flexing up. This is quite a challenge on our stabilizers here. We're really lengthening through the crown of the head. Then inhale, bend back into that knee. Reach forward, arms up. Hold for the exhale this round. And big breath in. Exhale through center. Sweep back, straighten your leg. One breath in.
One breath out. Let's do it on the breath. Inhale, bend into the knee. Reach forward and up. Exhale, sweep back, straighten out. Again, inhale. Exhale. A few more times. Last one. Good. Inhale, take it up, bend into your knee. Exhale, plant your hands. You're going to take that left arm forward and then upward for an inhale into a twist, drawing the shoulder down, pressing the ground away. Now reach that left hand back, grab for the pinky toe edge of your right foot, giving a little pull. If you can't reach, widen or lengthen your stance. Draw the shoulder open, pull your foot towards your butt. For an added challenge, kick your foot back into your hand to strengthen as you stretch. Good. And exhale, release. Inhale, circle back to plant, finding your lizard lunge. Wiggle your left foot wide. Left arm comes inside the left leg. Knee over ankle, big toe forward. Stay grounded through the ball mound of your foot. Now you can stay on your hands here, or you can drop down to your forearms. Note that this side may be significantly different than the other, so it might require something different. Wherever you are, try closing your eyes. Simply concentrate on your breath and notice what comes up here. Notice where your mind begins to go. And ask yourself what you can let go of. Stay where you are for a full breath. And begin to come up to your hands if you're on your forearms. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, take a couple little bounces, and then step through to your yogi squat. Heels in, toes out, hands at the heart. Press elbows and thighs into each other, thumb into sternum, lifting tail through crown. Again, maybe you find a few breaths of play here. Playing with a little half bind or a twist. Maybe you take a crow pose here, or a flying frog. Maybe you just slide some blocks underneath your butt. Perhaps you close your eyes. Good. Start to make your way back into your yogi squat if you found another variation. From here, we're going to lift with the glutes. Inhale to stand up. Arms reach overhead, toes turn forward, and exhale, hands to heart. Soften the knees, draw the belly in. Mountain pose. From here, shift the weight to the left foot. Go ahead and step that right foot to the back of your mat and seal the heel down, warrior two. Left knee in front. Just take a second, adjust if you need to. Knee over ankle, actively drawing open, big toe visible. Pressing through that pinky toe. Notice if you have sassy hips, draw it in, shoulders down the back. Look over your front middle fingers, you rip the floor apart with your feet. Take a few solid breaths. Can you find ease here? Good. Inhale, straighten your left leg, flip your left palm, peaceful triangle. Finding height through the left rib cage. I like to give myself a little bit of encouragement there. Right hand down the thigh or in a half bind, whatever. Take a big breath in. Exhale to bend into your left knee. Reach your left hand forward. Find that little side angle, reaching the right arm overhead. Draw that left rib cage open. Plug the shoulder down. And then we're just going to get flowy with it. Inhaling to straighten, flip, reverse. Exhale to bend into your knee. Reach that right arm over. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bring it forward. Let it be a wave. Get as weird as you want. Like a tree, blowing in the breeze. Do it one more time. Inhale, take it up. And then exhale into your side angle this time. Bend into your knee, forearm to thigh, top arm to the sky. Roll that ribcage open, draw your shoulder down, right? Find some activation as we press through both feet. Corkscrew that top shoulder a few times. See how that range of motion is today. Notice if it's different than the other. That corkscrew feels okay, go ahead and flip that palm. Take a half bind. Maybe you reach the top of your thigh. Maybe you're at the small of your back. Keep spiraling open. Look over that right shoulder. Now, perhaps you go for a full bind here. Maybe you let that take you to a bird of paradise or a fully bound half moon. Just hold here for a moment. Good. Option to keep this bind, look down. Start to draw, right? Reaching the left hand forward and down as we roll hip on hip, shoulder on shoulder. Perhaps you fall. It's not a big deal, right? We're testing the waters, seeing where we can go. Playing with maybe a familiar shape from a new way. Flexing the heel, draw the weight up and away from your left hip. Shoulder on shoulder here. And if you fall, Warrior 2 is there to catch you. That's where we're going to meet. Good. Releasing that bind if you still have it. Shake it out. From Warrior 2. Inhale here, flying warrior. Toes turn, arms go up. Navel in, shoulders back. Take up as much space as you can. Spread your fingers. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Take a big expansive inhale. It's a I'm here. What are you going to do about it? And exhale, goddess squat. Knees and toes turn out. Hips sink low. Actively opening the knees back. Take that left arm underneath. Intertwine. Thumbs turn toward the nose. Or just bear hug the shoulders. And then go where you need to. Maybe it's a little wave, little circles. Sometimes I like to take eagle wrap goddess into a fold here. Get as weird as you need to. And come back to that goddess squat. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Exhale, create that bind. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back. Squeeze your palms together. Lift your heart. And then exhale, toes turn in. Fold. You can always bend your elbows or just grab elbows behind your back. And exhale to release your bind. Maybe you shimmy up the shoulders. You have a few breaths of yogi playtime. Go where you need to go. Shake it out. You can flutter the lips out. Maybe it's an inversion or an arm balance, but take your time. slowly start to make your way back, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, long, flat back, strong core. It's okay if you're behind. And exhale to look to the right. Let's start to shift into Skandasana. Turn those right toes out. Bend into your right knee. Left toes come to flex up toward the ceiling, the sky. One hand to the heart. The other hand to the heart. Maybe you stay here and close your eyes. Maybe you hook that right elbow inside the thigh. Inhale to take a twist. Maybe that takes you to a half bind. Maybe that takes you to a full bind. Our practices can look so different from person to person and day to day. So these are all just options. Some days I can get a bind here and some days I just can't. But if you have that bind, carefully release it. Beautiful. Hands down, look to the left. Let's crawl over and pivot to a low lunge. Step back. Maybe you take a one-legged flow. Take whatever your version of the flow is. We meet in down dog. And then from down dog, come to a child's pose. Same pose we began practice in. Let's start to cool down. So child's pose, wiggle in for just a moment. Close your eyes. Drop back into your breath. Notice how it's changed. Make an effort to soften, release. Maybe here you come back to that intention you set. A deep breath in. Big breath out. Good. Begin to crawl your arms all the way out in front of you. Look between your hands. Keep walking your hands forward until your hips come to stack over your knees. We're going for a puppy pose here. We're going to take the forearms down to the mat and then the chin down to the mat, spreading wide through the fingers. Pressing the sternum actively toward the ground. Maybe your chest even touches the ground. If chin on the mat is too much, simply ground your forehead here. Wherever we are, it's that active pressing down of the breastbone. You can stay here with palms flat, or you can experiment with tenting up to the tips of your fingers if you want to go a little bit deeper into the shoulders. Good. From here, look between your hands. Start to shift your weight forward, shoulders coming over the elbows. Step your feet back to extend your legs and then lay down on your belly. Press through your forearms to lift your heart up for a Sphinx pose on the inhale. Shoulders are over the elbows. Elbows are hugging into the ribs. Forearms make an 11 in front of you. Thighs just slightly firm. Feet hip distance. Press through your forearms. Slide the shoulders down. And begin to release down. So just take a moment. We're going to play with our dolphin pose just for one round today. Then we'll get into our hips a little bit and we'll close out practice. So just take a second, laying on the belly. Maybe your arms go down to your sides. Ooh, yeah, let's do a floor bow. I lied. Take your chin to the chest, arms down to your side. Draw your heels in towards your butt. I feel like I need this today. We're going to grab the outside edges of the feet. We're going to zip the thighs up together. And then on the inhale, we're going to peel everything up off the mat. Yeah. Opening up through the front of the shoulder heads, kicking your feet into your hands, pressing the pubic down into the mat, activating the low belly. We won't be here super long. And release down. Good. Let your arms go long, windshield wiper your legs. I want to add that in. heart may be racing right now. A big heart opener. Take a moment, allow yourself to find stillness. And then we'll still do a round of dolphin, just because I want to. Start to build a little bit of strength in our shoulders. Good. Slow the breath. And from here, chin to the mat. Coming back to that Sphinx prep, right elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms make an 11. From here, you can come to your knees first, then find a plank, forearm plank. Then start to tiptoe your toes toward your elbows. So it's like a down dog in the legs and a Sphinx in the arms. Shoulders are still drawing down the back. Try to keep your elbows over or under your shoulders. Pressing the heels down, your knees can be as bent as they need to. Keep drawing the navel upward. Won't be here super long. And take your knees down, come to a brief child's pose. Good. We'll take a little bit of a half pigeon today. We won't be there as long as we normally would, but we're going to be there for a few breaths. So I'm simply going to come to a tabletop. Then I'm going to slide my right knee behind my right wrist, my right ankle behind my left wrist, and then extend that left leg long behind me, toes on top. Start tall and proud. Make sure your ankle, knee, and hip are in a straight line. Hips forward, puff the chest, inhale. And on the exhale, begin to fold forward. I'm going to change directions. Focusing the breath to the low belly. Close your eyes here. Notice what comes up. And ask yourself what you can let go of. Whether that be physical or something more. Stay here for a full breath cycle. If you want to stay here longer, it's your practice, feel free to. Otherwise, slowly start to walk up to your hands. Then from here, start to turn to your left, dropping that left hip point to the ground. Sole of the right foot is inside the left leg. Left leg is extended long and wide. Inhale, arms go up, turn to face your foot. Then exhale to reach for your foot. If you can't reach your foot, simply bend your knee. Face the floor, then inhale. Lower one freezing up to peel the heart open. Reach the right arm overhead, shoulder draws down, breathing into the right rib cage. Look wherever feels good. Then start to come up, plant your right hand behind you, take your left arm up. Let's find a stargazer. We're going to come onto that right shin, point through the left toes, inhale to reach your left arm back. And exhale to lower back down. Okay, now we just take this on the left side. So I'm going to look to the left, slide that left shin to parallel the top of my mat, come onto my right leg, and turn to face forward. Ankle, knee, hip, straight line, hips forward, tall and proud, inhale. And then exhale, begin to surrender. Forearms to the mat or forehead to the mat. Close your eyes. Focus on low belly breaths. What can you let go of here? Stay for a full breath cycle. Again, you can stay here as long as you need to. It's your time. If you're ready, start to press back up. Look to your right. Drop that right hip down to the ground. Sole of the left foot inside the right leg. Sit bone down, arms up and hip. Face your foot. Exhale, reach for your foot. You can always bend your knee here. Take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. So we're going to turn that thumb toward the floor. Grip the ball of the foot. Press hand and foot into each other to open the rib cage. And then inhale to reach the left arm overhead. Good. Inhale to come up. Plant your left hand behind you. Sweep that right arm up. Come onto the left shin and inhale for your stargazer. Reach back. Pointing through the right toes. And exhale. Release down. Beautiful, friends. Take your knees to your chest. We're going to go on our backs and we're just going to take a little bridge pose and then that's it. So take your time. However you get onto your back. Heels close to the foot. Palms face down to your sides. Shoulders underneath the body. Start by pressing the small of your back into the ground. So think about tilting the pelvis and engaging the low belly. Then on the inhale, we're going to drive the hips up, pressing thigh bones toward the ceiling. If you want to walk onto your shoulders a little more today and interlace your fingers for a bind, feel free to. If full wheel is in your practice, I would absolutely recommend taking a full wheel today. Wherever you are, breathe to the front line of your body. Keep pressing the thigh bones up. Stay grounded through all three corners of the feet. If you do take full wheel, please mind your neck as you lower back down. If you have a bind, release it. Slowly lower the hips back down. Good. Allow the tailbone to reground. Windshield wiper the legs. Beautiful. And let's take a happy baby before we seal out practice today. Start to come to stillness here. Draw the knees in toward the chest. Maybe it's here today, gripping the shins. Maybe you grab the soles of your feet, flex feet to hands, and find a little rock. I'm going to take around my shins today for a gentler option. Perhaps as you explore here, you play with straightening your legs and pulling your toes overhead. Maybe that takes you to a plow pose. Maybe you just hang out in your happy baby and flutter your lips out. Releasing that tension in the face.
and fear of judgment, just getting as weird as you need to. Take your time. Slowly make your way back to a happy baby. From there, take your feet and knees, your shins, pull your forehead up and in to meet your knees. Give your body a big tight squeeze. Show yourself some genuine gratitude for making it to your mat today, for making this time for you. Take your biggest inhale of your day, squeeze as tight as you can. And exhale, Shavasana, final resting pose. Let it go. Arms and legs go long, toes fall wide. Now today, as we settle in, I would recommend tucking your shoulder blades a little more underneath you and allowing your palms to face open toward the ceiling. Please give yourself a little bit of time to rest here, or as long as you need. I will hold here with you for just a little bit, so if you want to take just a short Shavasana, stay with me. Allow yourself to find stillness. Return to your natural breath. Let all of your muscles relax. Allow your shoulders and hips to grow heavier. And rest easy in stillness, knowing I will guide you out of this momentarily. Yogis, I want to encourage you to rest here as long as you need to. However, if you are ready to seal out your practice and move about your day, begin to draw your focus back in. Notice that soft rise and fall of your chest and belly. Notice your heart beating in your chest. Invite some little wiggles into your fingers and toes. Softly circle your wrists and ankles. Be gentle. And then on an inhale, find a nice, big, good morning stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Fingers and toes pull away from each other as you lengthen your spine. On an exhale, slowly roll on to either side.
take your time and if possible keep your eyes closed. Slowly press up to a seat.
On an inhale, take your arms up. On the exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to place my left hand directly on my heart today. My right hand on top of my left. Shoulders down the back, chin softly tucking toward the chest. I want to encourage you to take a moment here. Maybe it's to simply sit with this connection to your breath and heartbeat. Maybe you come back to that intention you set. Or perhaps you choose to sit in meditation even after I sign off. How can we go about the rest of our day with all the lessons we learned on our mat still in our heart? How can we step away from the things we no longer need, release them in order to create space for something new? Take a deep breath in. Big release. Now, as always, the light in me honors, acknowledges, and truly loves that same light in you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today to flow. Such a pleasure to still be able to connect with community even in these circumstances. Again, my name is Anna MC. You can find me at the.anna.mc. Please remember to donate if you can at blackswanyoga.com/live. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Drink water, be well. Namaste.